Hi, I'm Bopsto, the Odor Weeb,
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and we are the Anime
The
Boys.
anime boys.
Anime Boys, hell
Anime
yeah. And hey,
boys.
we're slowly starting to get back to normal with our catch
Yes,
ups.
it's freaking nice. I'm so excited to get
And
back
I'm
into the
very,
swing of thing.
it is. I kind of missed it, to be honest.
Oh, bro, me
Because
too.
I've gotten so used to our little like routine. And so going without it for like a good week just
Yeah,
kind of hurt a little bit.
I'm the same way. Like without the routine, I was just kind of like, eh. But then again, I had Ragnarok to keep me
Hmm.
company, so
Then again, you had God of War to play. We both
I think,
during our little off downtime while Reard was taking care of his family business. We
yeah,
played God of War.
I was playing God
Um,
of War.
but mhm. but we're back with Spy Family,
Spy Family.
and hey, what good way to start up Thanksgiving week by spending some time with family.
Family.
With family, with Vin Diesel's here.
Vin Diesel.
We got-
The
I'm always gonna
Goblin.
mention the fucking goblin. Everybody's here. You got Anya. You got
Ezio.
Lloyd. Daybreak.
We got Ezio.
Yeah, man. Everyone's here.
We're
It's like
all
fucking
here.
Smash.
But this episode will cover episodes 18, 19, and 20 since we are
20.
trying to
Yeah.
catch
So this
back
is
up.
a little catch-up episode. It's just like our Chainsaw Man video we released last week, where
Hmm.
we covered 3 episodes. And hey, maybe this one will go as smoothly as that one.
And I ain't gonna
But
lie, episode 18 popped off pretty good. It was
mhm.
funny. It was
so,
funny. Had a lot of good laughs
so
in this one.
before that, I'd like to make a little mention. Like, hey, if you like this video and you like what we do, give us a little like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about Spy Family or these specific episodes.
Yes.
And also, we kind of saved it for the end because I forgot, but I did want to shout out one of our newer subscribers, Luffy Taro, because not everyone who subscribes sends me a notification, but I got a notification from him. So, yo, thanks
Thanks
for
for
joining us
subbing.
enough to subscribe to us.
Yeah,
That's great.
thanks
It's
for the
awesome.
sub. We always appreciate new company.
Uh-huh. Which, Red, what did you think of these episodes? What did you think of episode 18?
18 was funny, dude. It was
Yeah, it was funny.
it was the funniest episode that they've had so far in the upcoming ones.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
it was so good when you got all the new character involvements, especially with a certain someone. Like it was
Uh-huh.
so damn funny. I mean, it
What's
just
crazy about this episode is there's no opening. It's just all
yeah.
it's all episode.
And it moved so quickly. Like every
Uh-huh.
scene moved so quickly.
Oh, we were struggling to keep up with notes because this
Oh
episode
yeah.
was like just going and going and going.
It was just extremely fast paced compared to the other episodes. It was kind of weird,
Hmm.
seeing as
Yeah.
how usually it's very paced at a
Hmm.
level to where you can keep up with everything. But at that episode,
It's like
it
a
was
medium. It's like a medium pace.
yeah, like
It
that.
takes its time, but it's not. It doesn't rush, but it doesn't take too long either.
Right. So like when it got to this episode and everything was just like moving, dude. I was like, "Holy shit." I was like,
Yeah,
"Calm
man.
down. Let me get my notes in here. Like, let's hang on. Hang on." But um it was really good episode because it started off with
Yeah.
Anya and the whole class getting prepared for midterms.
Yeah,
And
and the stakes are super high for them because you get a
yes.
fucking bolt if you fail.
Yeah, so if you fail any subject of the 4 subjects that they were taking, you could earn a Tartarus Bolt.
Yeah.
And if anybody hasn't been keeping up too much, if you get 8 Tartarus
8.
Bolts, she gets
Yeah.
expelled. Where if you get
Hmm.
8 Stella Stars,
Stella
you
Stars,
become a what is it called?
Imperial Scholar.
Imperial Scholar or an Imperial
Yeah.
Scooter, as Anya likes to put
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah, man. That fucking scooter, man.
Imperial
Um,
Scooter.
Dude, can we talk about so like they're practicing, they're getting their like practice tests back and whatnot, Anya obviously fucking fails, and man, dude, Damien pulls a fucking Uno reverse on her, where he's the one giving her the smug face.
Oh yeah, like he sat there like, idiot, dummy,
Yo, look at me, you
idiot.
fucker.
Idiot. But Anya has this mind-boggling plan.
Yeah, man, her master plan.
Where she's just going to read his mind during the test, so that way she can get a really high score on the test. But as great as this plan was, the moon had other plans.
Yeah, man. So you know, Anya's got some cool powers, but there's a few tisms to her powers, and that is, yo, if it's a new moon, sorry, can't read your mind.
Can't read your mind.
Sorry, so they're wearing the fucking everyone's it's like
wearing the tin hats,
like it's like the tinfoil.
They're collecting the moonlight. They're absorbing the moonlight in their brains.
Yeah, man, it's like everyone might as well be wearing fucking tinfoil. It's bullshit.
It was funny.
How
dude.
could that?
So she's just sitting there like, oh man, I have to study now. So she starts trying to study, or she gets home and says, I need to study hard. And Lloyd's like, yes, we do. We'll do it before supper. And she goes over to her dog, and she's just like, what do I do? And then she reads.
She asks him he asks him what the answers are, as if he'd know. Right. And all he does is just give her the fucking prediction for what the dinner's gonna be.
And it was the fabled hamburger steak.
Hell yeah, man! It's a hamburger steak, dude. I'm telling you. I think I told you with this whenever we recorded our original set of Spy Family episodes, but you know, those Japanese, they love their hamburger steak.
I did not. Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that.
Yeah, it's a very popular meal.
Isn't also like fried chicken like super popular?
KFC in particular.
Weird. Okay.
They buy fucking KFC for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
That's kind of cool.
Not everybody, but that is a tradition in some households, is that that KFC has special holiday items in food, like roast turkey and whatnot. I know it's fucking insane,
but as Anya forgets about her entire school regimen, she eats it up, she watches her show, and then goes to bed, wakes up, and freaks out. Because she forgot.
Shit, we didn't fucking
study. And Lloyd's just like, yeah, that's why I told you we should have done it last night, but I'll help you today. And as he's sitting there trying to figure out how to help her study, he comes up with this brilliant plan. Perhaps we pull in some extra bodies.
Yeah, man, we need some help, and who's very successful and is told to be very smart. None other than good old Uncle Yuri.
Uncle Yuri.
Here he comes. And immediately it's like, man, who's this fucking gremlin that besets me? This fucking...
What is this? What is this sadistic goblin standing before me?
This is Lloyd's fucking ball spawn? Shit. This repulsive creature. This sister stealing creature. I bet she fucking manipulates you.
Well, they both sit down and go to try to study, and Lloyd ends up having to go to work anyway.
Yeah.
And so they're sitting down on the couch, and this Yuri is way too into his sister in a very strange way. I think we've already covered that, but it just shows a little bit more in this episode too. And then not only does that admiration go to his sister, now he's got great adoration for his new niece, Anya.
Yeah. So one thing I want to say, the Anya faces in this episode are really fucking on point.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And I really like the small thing where
they really hit all the ranges.
when fucking Lloyd and Yuri are face to face and Anya's looking at them, she's like, "Oh, dude, this is fucking cool. It's fucking spy versus a secret policeman. This shit's gonna be hype." And she's like, sitting in a fucking
spaghetti.
Chair. She's just sitting in a chair, super fucking excited.
Yeah, it's super fun too.
But yeah, so they're sitting down with Yuri. Yuri at first is super fucking harsh. And then Yora's like, "Yo, just don't chill out, man. Don't be so harsh.
Calm down."
And it's like, "Oh, fuck yeah, okay, I'll be fucking calm. I am calm."
And then he realizes. Then Anya's just like, "How do you do this? How do you like to study?" He's like, "I don't really like to study. I just studied to make things easier for my sister." And she's like, "Oh, I get it. Let's do this." And they both...
Man studied language so he could try to grow bigger.
Dude, yeah, that was a little weird. I was like, what?
That was a little weird. The other ones make sense, but that one is like, I wanted to try to grow a few extra centimeters, so I read. I guess it's
no
like he's expanding
sense,
his...
dude.
I wonder if he's saying that because he's expanding his mind. So like
maybe when he says grow, like maybe he means its brain a few centimeters.
But he refers to it as if he's talking about his height.
It's just really weird. It's very weirdly put.
Which like I said, I wonder if it's more so the thought of if I expand my mind more, then I would grow more. I'd grow along with my mind, or something like that.
Maybe I have no idea. But so they get into the studying super hard. They get this little tiny just flash over to them being exhausted on the floor, like they ran a fucking marathon with their brains.
I need to reel it back for a second because I want to do a fucking justice. It's like whenever he's like, so you just need to fucking apply yourself. Ignore the studying for a second. What would you want to do if you studied super hard? It's just like, well, could I fucking build rockets? Like, yeah.
Oh,
could I fucking take over the world? It's like, wait, what? Sure, yeah.
My boy has to help her take. Oh wait, I have this in my note. It says we get the wise words of knowledge from Unky to help Anya take over the world.
Knowledge is power, and free. And to Anya, that means no leash is power.
No leash.
Get this flash of like, we get this fucking
knowledge got turned into no leash.
Of no leash.
Yeah, that's what she got from
small ass like Chihuahua, and it grows super buff.
It went from on the ground with a leash on, and then the leash came off, and then it just grew up, got super ripped with like a 6-pack and shit.
Yeah, man.
But
also, can't forget about the legendary Imperial Scooter.
The Imperial
where she's trying
Scooter.
To talk about. She's using her cuteness to her advantage of talking about how she wants to be successful so she can make your happy.
Scooter.
Be an Imperial Scooter and make your happy. And he's like, what the fuck's an Imperial Scooter?
No, he was just like, I adore you so much to have to want to take care of my sister in that way. But what the hell is a Imperial Scooter? But
yeah, so they have
this
session.
Yeah, they're laying on the ground. They're sweating tits right now. They're just dead to the world. He's like, so all that studying. So do you think you got grammar mastered? She leans over to him with the smug look on her face, like, what's grammar?
what the fuck's grammar?
He immediately gets up. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Like he dips out super fast, and then Yor's a little upset because she made cookies for the occasions. This man breaks the sound barrier coming back through the fucking house.
Yeah, man.
I love the edges around his character that showed him this breaking speed.
Yeah, man. Obviously he really likes Sonic. That new game came out, and he's like, "Yo, man, gotta go fast, man.
Gotta go fast." He goes in there, just gobbles all the fucking cookies up off the fucking tray.
And then I like how you hear him running back, and as he's running away, the sound of him vomiting is just growing distant.
It's like so good, barf.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, "Oh, he ate all the snacks. I gotta make some more." Anya's like, "No, don't, please."
Speaking of Yuri vomiting, in the episode, there's actually a small segment we missed in the episode where Yuri's learning to cook, where it's like a small like post ending sequence where it's like it's just a cute little flashback of Yor making food for Yuri, and the gag of the flashback is he's like vomiting like a fucking fountain. Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
It's so good.
Whoa, shit, dude, man, I can see grandma.
Food's so good, it's making me see my ancestors.
Dude, this fucking food is not even fit for animals because Bond takes a bite and also kills over.
Dude, my boy Bond just sniffs the cookies, and in the background, as everything's going on, you could just see him die on the ground after eating them. He said, "What?" So
it's not even like edible for animals.
But
which is, man.
After this little wholesome scene, we get into the next scene. And Anya's now taking on the math quiz. We get through this little thing. We get through this little thing where they're locking up the quizzes and that nobody can touch them. But Twilight has other plans. My boy needs
I've got to go
daughter.
change his grades because like Yuri's a fucking dumbass. He taught her only foreign languages, which was not a subject on the test. So I got to go make sure she didn't fail it.
So she goes in, she takes the test, they put the quizzes up, and he's doing everything so his precious daughter can get the grades that she needs.
Yeah, man. And so this is where we meet, I'd say, someone who rivals even Keith.
Dude, Keith has nothing on this guy.
Keith has nothing. So he's twice going in.
My boy Daybreak.
Daybreak. The man who's literally is a fucking
the
spy for the East who literally came up with his name because it's an analog to Twilight. It runs counter to it, and he wants to try to be like a sick rival for Twilight.
Daybreak, the man, the myth, the legend.
So dude, this dude is like, so Twilight is super like reserved. He's professional.
He's very professional. He's the
ultimate spy.
He's got his teacher. Got his teacher disguise on. He's following down the line. He's got everything to a T. He's got his like special cards. He's ready to rock. He's going into that thing. He's gonna change his grades up. He's gonna dip.
And all of a sudden he sees this fucking this chuckle fuck
just leaning on the side of a building, just the stupidest way as you'd see in the stupid spy cartoon where they're just like nana, 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 nana.
No, dude, he's doing that because it looks cool.
Come on, dude.
Listen,
look, man. There is no one better than Daybreak. Daybreak ain't got shit.
It's all about sometimes you got to be about the style and not so much the grace. But it's like he's fucking stomping his way through, not even trying to conceal his presence.
He's going through, and all of a sudden these guards start coming around the fucking building, right?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
And Lloyd's just like, oh, this is where he gets caught, fucking idiot. This man planks on this fucking pole. This man's got the upper body strength of a fucking god.
Maybe his claims about being able to do shit like stop moving bullets or go through walls might not be so so exaggerated.
Maybe not.
Because this man defies fucking gravity. To the point where even Twilight is confused as to how he fucking how he didn't get caught.
It don't make any fucking sense. Because this man grabs the side of a thing like a flag on a flagpole.
Dude.
He's just horizontally planking on the fucking.
This man's a real life fucking cartoon character.
And Lloyd is just fucking baffled. He's like, what is this man doing to make people forget his presence? Is he just so stupid that the stupidity is just making a mask of invisibility? Like
maybe.
What the fuck's going on? And
maybe.
He walks up to inside of the building after busting his way through. Man just breaks a window to get inside the building.
They get inside.
But not before you witness his awesome... Since we were talking about Sonic, we get his go fast roll.
Yeah, man.
Sonic
Dude,
the Hedgehog.
he's doing this fucking role. I gotta be fucking spy. This is like a kid watching like a spy movie, be like, okay, I'm gonna be a spy. So he's like doing fucking roles and shit that isn't necessary, but he's doing it anyways because that's what spies do.
Because that's what spies are for. We're supposed to look the
man.
part.
Also, man, I don't think the East are sending their best.
I think they did. I think they sent the best of the best.
Considering what happens at the end of this episode and what we find out about this guy, I don't even think he's actually an official spy for the East. I think he's just some dude.
I think he is just some dude.
Because he has no intel. When he gets up to that fucking checkpoint where the safe is, he acts surprised.
There's a guy guarding it.
So like he's obviously going in super blind with like no intel.
He has everything that he's supposed to do written on the palm of his hand.
Yeah, man.
Lloyd's literally cleaning up his messes as he's moving along so that Lloyd doesn't get caught.
The dude fucking accidentally vandalizes some property. And he tries to convince the dude like, hey, I'm actually a new guy. I don't need to show you my ID, do I?
They're like, I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah, and then comes Lloyd like a fucking badass, like, yo, look, you must have dropped this. Hey, let's go on in.
But that was all part of Daybreak's plan.
This whole thing with Daybreak is so dumb to the point to where he doesn't even at first he doesn't even understand what the guy is trying to do. He's like, I've never seen an ID before. He's so fucking daft.
He's just got that Ed look.
Yeah, man. And so you talking about like Ed from Good Burger?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad you got my reference, dude. That's great.
Hell yeah. I was hoping there's not many Eds. I was hoping is that either that or I was thinking either or Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie, which would also be a good
That would have been a good pick too. I was thinking from Good Burger though.
But I had a feeling you were thinking about Good Burger.
But either way, he gets inside of the safe finally through the good works of Twilight. After Twilight opens up the safe, Daybreak busts out his skills and knocks fucking Twilight out on his ass.
I'll say though, he has a mean hit.
He does. He can hit hard. He knocked the fuck out of fucking Twilight. So Twilight's sitting there, he wakes up and he's just sitting there trying to wait for the man to do what he's gotta do so that he can finish his job.
But the dude's ignorance is getting on Twilight's nerves so bad that he ends up breaking character for a second.
Yeah, it's so like he's sitting there and he does something. He's putting his fucking name on the papers that he's supposed to be altering. And Twilight just busts up like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? Like,
what the fuck you doing? You can't be doing that shit. Come on, you're supposed to be a spy. You're supposed to not leave any trace of your existence. What are you doing?
But this man does his job and he says, what do you mean? I want you to tell everyone about me. I'm a legend. And he dips the fuck out with his Sonic roll.
Yeah, man.
He just
like, tell everyone I'm a fucking legend. And hell, I don't even mind if you exaggerate. Like, tell them I can stop bullets and walk through walls because I'm fucking awesome.
But
like how the reasoning for why he wrote the numbers on his hand is because he's like, because I'm so awesome.
I'm just so awesome.
I'm so awesome because no one ever thought about this. This fucking idiots. Why you try to memorize shit when you can write it down your hand? Fucking dummies.
But he does his little shit. He runs out. Then Twilight does his job, but he finds out that he was altering Damien's papers to make him
Damien's
fail.
Brother as well.
Damien's brother and his grades in order to bring shame upon the family. Which we find out more about that in the next episode. But
yeah,
Lloyd just changes that shit right back. And then he takes a look at Anya's and he's just like, well, let me take a look at this. And it cuts over to the next scene. And we get the part where Anya comes home or she gets to school and sorry, she gets to school and she's looking at where she is on the list, and she barely
fast. She's like, I think it's like 213. Damien's like in the 10th place, so like he did pretty good.
Yeah, it's
But
he got a Stella Star from it.
Yeah.
But Anya, she barely scraped by. She gets home and she's just like, okay, so Dad just, did his thing. So I don't have to worry about the rest of my grades, until she gets home and finds out that she got that score all on her own. So she's super proud about it, which is not very.
And Lloyd is all as bad. Like, it's progress. Like Lloyd admits, hey, it is progress, but it's still not good.
Yeah.
I like how yours seeing like the bright side thing. She's like, hey, if you add it all together, it exceeds 100. So that's something.
But that moves us into episode 19, where we get this real menacing scene of a new character.
Yeah.
Where he's eavesdropping on his dad, who is talking about his company going bankrupt and that he is no longer going to be able. There's no way that he's going to be able to tell his son about something in particular. And his son takes that and he goes to school, and we get introduced
to George.
You call him George.
I
call him Beaker.
This fucking lurch ass motherfucker.
This man looks like Adam Family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He looks like the fucking butler. He's got the fucking forehead. Although that's kind of an insult to Lurch. I'm a say
that's fair. You can't be talking about
this dude be kind of be like Vindy from Foster's though. That motherfucker.
No, he's kind of looking like a young Frankenstein.
No, not in looks, but in behavior.
But we get Becky simping over Lloyd again after.
Dude, she is thirsting over him, especially whenever Anya tells her about how strict Lloyd is.
She's just like, oh, he's going to be strict. I don't like how sexualized this little child is.
I like how. Listen, man, girls when they're growing up are kind of fucked. It's like puberty hit her early.
I guess you're right. Yeah, true. Like girls do hit their puberty. Post puberty,
because post puberty, girls like for some, something just fucking activates in them and they become super fucking lurid.
Simpy.
You gotta get those romance novels and whatnot, those really, really graphic romance novels that don't look like it based off the cover.
But we find out that Beaker's plan has failed. It failed that what he was trying to do was trying to get Damien and his brother's scores. He paid off Daybreak in order to do so.
Yeah.
And when he comes to school...
He got his old ass butler to give Daybreak the money, which makes me think even more that Daybreak's not even an actual spy.
Yeah, I think
he's just some dude that the old ass butler hired because he said he was a spy.
But either way, Daybreak found out he failed his fucking mission like an idiot, and that he's fired. And
dude, I like how shitty his apartment is in the last episode as well when he got fired.
Yeah, dude,
it's just got like a boxing bag. I think there was a water heater present, so it's like living in the fucking broom closet.
But since his plan failed, he had some backup. He brings over the dustpan as they're cleaning up the yard after Damien pulls off this epic McTwist of a broom.
Dude, he's got all the girls sipping for him too. They're like, "Hey, you want to study with me?"
That was super cool, dude. You just did like a triple flip with your broom. Oh my god, look at all this dust you just scrolled up in the air. Oh.
You're like Ichigo from Bleach. Oh my god, it's so hot. Ichigo's the best. Not as good as Inuyasha, but Ichigo's the best.
Dude. You're not near as
I
good
guess-
as Griffith, but nah. But
Coming out, basic bitches aren't gonna be talking about Griffiths. Come on, man.
but
Get your shit
Beaker's
together.
Beaker's ultimate plan. I call him Beaker, by the way, because his head looks like a
Yeah.
beaker. But
Yeah.
but Beaker has another plan in mind. He brings over the dustpan to Damien. He's like, "Here you go, Damien. I brought you a dustpan." And as he sweeps up the garbage, he slyly pulls a cigarette out of his pocket and throws it to the ground.
Yeah.
And while he's pulling all this off, Anya's reading his mind and figures out that he's trying to trick Damien into losing his respect for himself or trying to get his family in trouble. So all this is going on. Anya's figuring it out in the background. And he picks up a cigarette and he says, "Oh, you would never do this, would you, Damien?" And Damien's just like, "That's not
Is that
mine.
a weed?
Is that
calling
a
the
weed?
police."
I'm calling the police."
Is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420. What do you smoke?
And he goes to try to report it to the teacher, and Damien grabs him. And I've never seen a man take a fall so elegantly in my
Yeah, man.
life. He punches
like, I'm gonna-
himself
Yeah,
in the
dude.
face, rolls out, does 3 flips on the ground.
I'll say, dude's got good form and coordination.
He's got coordination. This man's got form. He's got
Are you
dedication.
sure this kid isn't a gymnast? Damn.
Like, and the teacher comes over like, "What is this madness?" And he's like, "I was coming to report that he dropped a cigarette out of his pocket and then he hit me." And the teacher's just like, "Damien, what do you have to say for yourself?" And good old Operation Save Damien comes through.
Yeah.
Anya flies in. She's like, "No, that's not what happened at all."
I watched it. I watched it happen.
I watched it with my own
eyewitness.
2 eyes. Teach,
Dude, I like how infamous Anya's become to the point where the staff are afraid.
She pulls off the most serious eyes a teacher has ever seen in his entire life. And so he believes that, oh, okay, so this just, she's telling the truth. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to fuck with her. And we find out that the true purpose of why Beaker was doing all this, and Damien's just like, "Well, what the fuck does that got to do with me? Like, I'm not my father. I didn't do this to you. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, bro?
It's like, well, you see, my dad's company it went under today, and I figured that maybe a little tension would save it, and I did that shit. I'm sorry, man, because I didn't want to be expelled from school because since my dad's company's going under, I'll probably be super poor. And I like how exceedingly dramatic this kid gets to the point where he's like, "I'll be sold to the West as a slave."
It's fucking crazy what this guy goes to. And
Yeah, man. And
all of a sudden, David's just like, "Well, here, let me buy you a juice." And then he's just, "Oh, wait, no, that's not what you'd want at all."
Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Well, I never did get to have the most expensive caviar on the menu."
This man goes through
this
a
motherfucker.
whole like fucking weep fest and gets
Yeah,
everything that he wants.
He is taking advantage of that charitability so hard.
And then he's coming outside and everybody's grouped together, and then we get Spy Family the musical.
Yeah. So one of his requests is like, "Hey, I want to know what it's like to have a Stella star on my chest.
Dude,
So could I see yours?" And Damien's like, "Sure, whatever." He's wanting to get a picture. Damien's like, "Dude, just give it back. Don't do that shit." Because like these stars like mean more than just a thing on your fucking
like
on your
chest,
suit.
yeah. Like
on your
I
chest.
earned this shit, dude. Like,
Yeah. And so that's where he starts breaking down, talking about how he'd be sold into slavery for the West, and
dude,
and Anya comes in. she consoles him. It's like, "Hey, look, the West ain't too bad."
The West ain't that bad of a place. As she knows what her father is doing in the background.
Her dad, and also with a handler as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And this kid is like shaken to his core. He's like, shit. She's never even been to the West, and she's still trying to console me. And it's just pretty sick. Not gonna lie. And then you get this kind of slightly wholesome moment where he's like, I'm gonna be missing out on the choral competition this year. You guys mind connecting with me through song?
We get Spy Family the musical.
Yeah, dude. You get this really nice choral piece where it starts off with Becky, and then everyone joins in, and it gets super dramatic. People are fading in and out.
Super fucking dramatic. It gets
the camera's rotating.
The camera's rotating, floating above the areas dispersed around them. All you can see is the circle and young Frankenstein in the middle. And you got people like Becky.
Anya standing there, confused.
Yeah, you got Becky fading off in the distance, like that cowboy in the background of the mountain scene.
You're talking about the fucking the screaming ones with that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it just gets super dramatic, and he's going to leave for the day, and he's like, thank you for this last day of joy before my never-ending sorrow begins.
Okay, he's got a fucking bouquet.
He gets a bouquet, he gets an expensive,
super dramatic.
He gets a very expensive utensil pocket, he gets fucking books. Everybody gives him something on his way out. And he goes home to his father, and he says,
"No, you're forgetting the best gift. Anya gives him a leaf.
Oh, the leaf.
What I like. One thing I like about that leaf is present through that entire sequence.
It is, dude. It's crazy.
It's everywhere. It's just like stalking. It's almost as if like it was destined for this moment. But yeah. So he goes home. It's super wholesome. One thing I will say is when it transitions from the musical segment into the plot outside the school, the lyrics turn into there's like a piano rendition of the song.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It is nice. It gets really good, and that dramatic scene of everybody sitting on the steps as he's walking away to the bus to get on the bus to go home. And he goes to his father, and he's like, all right, so I know that you've become bankrupt. Or no, that was the story that Anya was telling.
So I like how it just cuts to Anya at home. So this entire thing was just a story Anya was telling.
She's just like, so yeah, that happened. She said, yeah, that happened.
And then it cuts back to good old Lurch. He's going home to his dad, and he's like gloom because yeah, man, my last day at school was pretty good. It sucks that we're going bankrupt. I wish I could have helped. And the dad's like, yo, what are you talking about? We just had a merger. I'm stepping down as CEO of the company, but
they helped us in our time of need so that we don't go bankrupt. So
yeah.
I'm just getting money in the background, but I'm stepping down as CEO. And he's like, well, what do I have to do about school? He's like, he'll just continue as tomorrow. Like, what do you mean? And this man goes back to school embarrassed as fuck. Poor guy. So everybody's walking down the hallway. This man's blood red face. Everybody's talking about him. And then all of a sudden everybody's just like, you better give all that stuff back.
No. Fucking Becky comes up first like, hey, yo.
You better give all that stuff back.
Come on, Smokey. It's just they're coming up to him like Big Worm.
Big Worm.
I want my money.
Oh shit! You got $120, fool.
Better be glad fucking Debo ain't showing up.
Oh, I ain't scared of Debo. He gets taken down by a brick. He just used his head.
Oh man.
Anyway, shit, we're getting off track here.
It's so good.
He's just super embarrassed as everybody's just like super mad at him now, and he's just like, mergers, am I right?
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Oh man. Hell yeah. One thing I like as well is when Anya says, hey, I want my leaf back, and the leaf just fucking floats over to Anya.
It really does.
That leaf has a mind of its own.
It does. and it
I'm
loves
telling ya.
Anya, or Anya has the
It's
power of
it's like
telekinesis.
Mjolnir, but in leaf form.
Yeah, dude. Mjolnir.
Leafnir.
Leafnir. That was a better one.
Were you about to say mule leaf?
Yeah, dude, it was
Oh hell
bad.
yeah, yeah, dude, Leafnir.
I was actually gonna say Mjolnir, but yours
Hell
is
yeah.
way better, Leafnir. I love that one. But then we get into the second part of the episode.
Dude,
where
I love the second part of
this
this
is a
episode.
sick
Actually.
ass, like super fast paced part of the episode. So,
Yeah.
Anya, we get Anya and Lloyd. Lloyd comes to the door and says, "Get up! It's time to go to school. You're gonna be late." And so she's like, "Okay," and falls back asleep. And then all of a sudden, "I'm late for school. I'm gonna be. I overslept.
Yeah, man.
Oh shit! Everybody, give me my breakfast." Like,
Listen, all most anime girls have to have at least the "I'm late for school" thing, and Anya's no different.
Nope.
It's just this time she's not running with a piece of bread in her mouth.
Exactly, like most anime girls.
Most anime girls
Grabbing one piece of French toast from the table of fucking fine spread
you know
of
what?
breakfast.
I think I know why. Actually, it's because she's not in high school. That's why.
That's true.
That's a high school girl thing. So yeah.
But we get all this, and or Lloyd's just, he says, if you continue to be late, they're gonna punish you, and then you're gonna get expelled. And that hits home with Yor. She's like, they're super strict about that. And he's like, they have to be strict about it. It's the best school in the country.
They have to be. I mean, it's like one of the best schools in the country, especially like not even just like academically, but also politically, because it's like where all the important people go.
Exactly. So they take her off to school, and they're like, oh, thank God she made it. Lloyd goes off to work, and Yor has a half day, so she doesn't have to go until 12 today. And she gets a little chance to go home and relax, make some tea. And good old Bond comes out of Anya's room and opens the door, and Yor's just like, oh, you get to sleep in today too, huh? And she bumps into the door and sees two pieces of clothing laying on the table. And she gets to thinking about it. She's like, did she forget something? And then it hits her. Oh shit! She forgot something.
She forgot something.
Oh no!
And then she has this little fantasy, which is great.
This is the best fucking fantasy, by the way.
This is probably one of the best fantasies here. So she's like, "Oh man, it's like fucking Henry." It's like shows up, like, dude. Anya forgot her stuff. She's going to be expelled now. It just cuts to fucking bad girl Anya with her.
Dude, I have that written in my notes a specific way. It says, now it's time for Yor to get some relaxation, but not for long. Because Anya's in danger of becoming a member of the Lollipop Gang.
The Lollipop Guild.
I know, but I said gang.
I know, but yeah. But,
she gets on her fucking trike.
Her trike. She becomes a fucking the fucking first grader equivalent of a fucking
greaser.
Like a greaser. I like how as she's like pedaling away, she's pedaling towards a giant lollipop.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. It's so funny. So she has to find Anya at all costs. So she takes off, and she's just like, oh no, she's not going to get her clothes. She's going to get in trouble. And then it cuts into the cool fucking scene.
Yeah, so she focuses. It's like, I need to get there quick, but how?
And then all of a sudden, this lady drops a fucking vase on the ground.
And then she fucking springs into action. And dude,
this makes no sense. This is a cool ass fucking scene. I'll let you describe it because I'm gonna get too excited.
All right, man. So the fucking vase falls, and in the middle of Yor going into super high focus mode, and she immediately flips up, catches the vase with a fucking foot, pushes it back up so it lands perfectly back on the balcony, on the window.
It's fucking cool, dude.
And then the music fucking kicks in. And she goes through a fucking like dying light, like rooftop run, rushing to the school where she's going through fucking construction sites.
When we say it took this woman literally 10 minutes to get from one side of that town to the other, We are not cap. She did like a fucking like triple flip on top of a building. Like
she slid down a fucking crane.
She slid down a crane and a kiddie slide to get to the playground on the campus.
Wow, this amazing music is playing.
It's super fucking cool, dude.
It's like her equivalent of Lloyd going through the castle.
Yeah, it was sick.
Part.
It's the whole movement of her was. I would say she moves way better than.
It was very well done.
Yeah, I think she moves way better than Lloyd does, in my own opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, she is like an assassin that can do things like roundhouse kick cars,
dude. But she has to find Anya at all costs, and she's going around the whole campus trying to figure out where she is, but she doesn't want to let anybody know. So we get a few versions of Yor. First, the barnyard Yor, where she starts a fucking gang war at the barn.
No. She You got Spider Yor.
Spider Yor, where she's climbing the building of the campus, looking in each classroom to find Anya.
Dude, and
traumatizes a child.
Yeah, because Yor's in serious mode. So she has that look of absolute just murder on her face.
I love this part because you could see like with her being pressed up the glass with the wind blowing and stuff, her hair was like on her face.
Her hair is in her face,
like just like under her nose and shit. Like she's sweating. Like you can see the struggle that she's going through. I really appreciate the detail of that scene. But
yeah, she does that. She fucking starts a fucking race war at the farm.
Dude,
yeah, I know you said gang. I know you said gang war, but I don't know why, but race war sounds funnier.
All the animals start like biting and like hitting each other.
It's like the one old Hobbit Lord of the Rings animated movie where fucking Sam starts a race war between some men and orcs.
Yeah, dude.
It's like that shit.
It's just really good. Like this whole scene's like super crazy. So she ends up getting really close to Anya, except she misses her like 4 fucking times. She's like moving in the opposite ways that Anya's looking and moving around.
And then Anya reads her mind.
And then they finally connect. And she's just like, "Oh, Anya, come here. Shh, come here." And she pulls her over around the side of the building. She's like, "Here, I brought you something. Something that you forgot." And she said, "My gym clothes?" And she's on yours is like, "Yeah, I brought you your gym clothes." And she says, "Yeah, but we don't have gym class today. I don't need my gym clothes."
And she's just fucking destroyed. Which you know what? Good on Anya to actually know what her schedule is.
It's crazy, dude. And yours just we get a little cutscene of her flipping over, trying to walk back home in shame. But while she's doing all this, we get a little snippet of Lloyd beaming down in on the school as he normally does. And he joins her because he saw her bouncing around the whole campus.
Yeah, because all while yours going through campus, Twilight notices her. It's like, what the fuck is she doing here?
He believes that she's there to because she figured out that he's a spy, and he was afraid that he was going to have to drag her in for questioning. And
I don't know how Lloyd could think that, given how much time he spends with Yor and knows how fucking airheaded she is sometimes.
Yeah, but he has to be super.
I know he has to. I know no loose ends. I know.
Yeah, he has to think like a spy. So, but he meets up with her and she's like, "I'm a failure of a mom, and it's because I didn't check her schedule before I left." But my boy Lloyd, she comes clean to him, and he assured her that she's a great mom by offering her to go out for some lunch.
Yeah.
And then that cuts us over to episode 20.
Yeah, man. And where we get a fucking recap.
Yeah, recap.
Recap. Yo, Twilight's here doing some spy shit. He's got Anya, and she's pretty cool, but also a gremlin. There's your recap, guy.
That's it. That's all you need.
I did want to mention, I forgot to mention it at the end of episode 18, but there's the ranking for Anya with how many bolts and stars she has, and it also gives her a +5 to knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's true. It did,
She
didn't
she
it?
get she got a little +5. She
Yeah,
leveled
she
up a
got a little
little.
buff. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so I love the fucking title card for this episode.
This was amazing because it was a little the sleuth hat in the magnifying
Yeah,
glass, and the title's like going over to the left, and it's magnifying as it's going behind the magnifying glass.
yeah,
I
it's just a
love it.
nice little
It was
detail.
really really cool. I liked it. But
Um,
we start the episode off with Anya's new assignment, which is to shadow a parent.
Fucking job shadowing. It's like, damn,
Yeah,
these kids are in first grade and they're already having the job shadow.
yeah, it's kind of crazy, but they have to
Yeah,
pick a person that they know or a person that their parents know personally and shadow their job. So Anya's racking her brain, so she goes home. She's like, "Who do I need to go ask?" So the first person she hits up is Yor, and we get a very
uh,
awesome like your professional view on teaching Anya the ways of an assassin without
yeah,
actually
man.
telling her that she's an assassin. This scene
Hmm.
was another crazy fucking scene with Yor involved. It was almost identical movement from the last episode, except in
Hmm.
this episode we have Anya tagging along, and it's
Yeah,
and let me be clear, it's not real. It's her envisioning
I
what
like
she's trying to tell
I
her
like
in her
how
mind.
I like how stylized this one is.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got
like
this
a
like dark. It's got this dark
noir.
tint to it, and fucking Anya's in a little a little your outfit as well.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like going
cute,
out.
dude.
Dude, there's like that one sick bit where she's taking out the guards and it's animated really nice and fluidly.
Oh, dude, it looks
I
phenomenal.
fucking
My favorite part, or
love that
favorite,
shit.
my favorite part in that whole scene was where she did like the triple flip, where she just turns around on that beam in the air like three times and
Yeah.
launches herself.
Uh-huh.
That was really fucking cool. It kind of
Yeah.
reminded me whenever you played Tomb Raider and you could like constantly like circle yourself on the beams that stick out on the side of the mountains and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever played Tomb Raider, but
I haven't. I've actually not played any classic Tomb Raider games, so
oh man, that
yeah. No, I know. I'm missing out.
you definitely are.
Um,
But let's get back
but
into it.
let's get back
Uh,
to it. I like how she fucking murderizes this dude so hard that it censors it for Anya.
Dude, and the only reason it's censored is because Anya's there. Like the blood splurting out in the background is
It's
censored. It's hitting Anya in the
the blood
face.
is pink as well.
Yeah, the blood's pink. And then whenever it turns
Actually,
and pans the camera to get a look at what she did, it
yeah.
censored the body.
The body is just censored. It's just a mass of like blood.
And then all of a sudden she's just like like Anya's hearing all of what's going on inside of Yor's head, and then she just
Yeah,
hits her like, I think I'm gonna
yeah.
ask Dad.
I'll say,
um,
I'll say, I'll give it props. It's got that pink blood. It's got that fucking Danganronpa effect. Which, if you didn't know, in the Danganronpa games, the game, those games are super stylized, and instead of the blood being red, it's like bright pink.
oh, cool.
It's like a really cool stylistic choice that clashes well with the sort of bleak art style.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so you're Anya's like, maybe not.
Maybe
Maybe
let's
don't
just
do
ask
this.
Dad. So
This
Dad
is
walks in
us, Dad.
the door, and she's just like, I have to job shadow you, and he's like, oh, okay, let's go to the hospital. Like, simple as that. That's all it was. So he ends up taking her to the hospital, and Anya puts on her sleuth outfit where she's looking like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, dude, I like that shit.
She's got a little sleuth
It's a
coat
cute,
and hat with her magnifying glass, her memo
it's a cute
book.
outfit. I really
Um,
like it.
and she's reading Lloyd's thoughts and writing them down in her little notebook about his spy adventures.
Well,
Except,
Lloyd is like, yo, what the fuck? Why the fuck you writing
why are
something? I
you
didn't say
writing
anything
random
yet.
fucking notes? But Lloyd's like showing around the hospital. He introduces her to some of the coworkers. They give her candy and all this other
They're
cool
fucking
stuff.
fawning over her. The charms are working pretty well.
That's because Anya is like the most charming
Yeah,
child on the planet. Like
she is.
she's like the cutest little kid. Like I would give
Mm-hmm.
her candy. Wait, hold on. Let's just back this up a little bit. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Listen, it's whole. No, no, you're just wholesomely giving her candy,
Thank
dude.
you.
Your mind, your
But
mind's getting,
the internet
your
would
mind
take
is,
that the wrong way.
your mind is getting dirty, man.
It is not the
And
internet's mind.
and internet, you guys need to be on timeout as well.
Thank
Just
you.
saying.
That was just more
There's
or
nothing wrong
less
with giving this cute little gremlin some candy.
candy.
I'm gonna give her fucking diabetes. 'Cause that's what she does to my heart.
Oh my lord. But he brings her. She's like, I want to see what you do with some of the patients, and he's just like, well, we can't do that because of patient confidentiality. So I'll take you
Yeah.
into the room though, and show you the room where I talk to the patients. And he shows her around, and he gets to thinking like, oh, I got to meet somebody. I have to go take care of my spy business. And
Mm-hmm.
he so, and while he's gone, he drops down this really cool therapeutic thing.
Yeah, it's a little
Little
sand
for people who
sandbox.
don't know what this is, it builds cognitive thinking, and it gives the psychiatrist a way to understand the thought process behind what people are thinking, because they have the
Yeah.
opportunity to put each doll and each object within the sandbox where they want it. And they
Mm-hmm.
can get an
And
idea of their social gatherings. They can get an idea on
yeah,
how they think about things. It's really cool because a lot of
it's
like
a
nursing homes
really
do it
neat,
too.
especially it's like a really subtle way of like figuring out what the thought process is for somebody. Because usually they're just not even really thinking about doing. It's like, hey, you like literally give them a scenario and you ask them to arrange the figures and how you think you would go. So like, one thing would be like, how would you foresee your future?
Yeah.
And so they might grab things that are related to how they see their future turning out and whatnot.
It also
And
helps
it's
with fine motor skills, like using your fingers to
that
indicate,
too.
like individually placing stuff in the sandbox. Like I said,
Hmm.
it helps a lot actually, because like I said,
It's cool. I was actually really surprised to see it because normally, whenever a person in a piece of media is mentioned as a psychologist or a psychiatrist, they tend to just be. Which, speaking of, psychiatrists in most media are depicted as like counselors, and that's not what they are.
yeah,
Um, and also,
they're confidants.
never see any actual like techniques used that someone might use. So, like, here we got the little sandbox. That's actually really neat. I was quite pleasantly surprised to see that.
Yeah, it was kind of a neat addition. So, but as he leaves that for her to do and goes off, meets his little spy buddy. She gives him a report of sorts.
Yeah,
And as he's getting this report from this lady, Anya finds the secret passageway behind the bookcase.
yeah, man.
And Anya goes on an adventure through the secret crawl space behind the
Secret
bookcase.
tunnel,
Secret
secret
tunnel!
tunnel. There's
Secret
a
tunnel!
mountain.
But she's going through this tunnel, and before Lloyd gets back, and she finds this little vent, like this little vent in the ceiling, and she
Hmm.
peers over the vent, and she is listening to a bunch of I guess they're doctors, talking about actual patients that they're dealing with at the time, and they're talking about this one lady who is scared of ghosts, and they're like this is stupid, like this woman needs to be put in a fucking mental hospital, this is crazy.
Yeah, man.
And as
She's all like, man, fucking ghost.
they're just like, fucking ghosts aren't real, I don't
Everyone's
know what
fucking
she's
debating.
thinking. And as she's listening, she bumps her foot by accident.
Yeah.
And when she bumps her foot over, it makes a really loud sound within the fence system, and all the guys are shook. They're freaking out. Like, what was that sound? We're on the top floor. There's no
Hmm.
rooms above us. And so they just move on. They're not even thinking about it. But she's like, okay,
Yeah.
I got to get out of here before Dad comes back. And she goes to try to get up, but she is in a very bad
Her
position where
fucking foot stuck.
she got her fucking foot stuck underneath
Yeah,
a
man. She
pipe.
shouldn't have worn those boots.
She shouldn't have. She got her foot stuck, and she's constantly trying to pull it out. And we get the craziest struggle face on the planet. She's just bright fucking blood red. Her eyes are about to go in the back of her head. She's biting on her bottom lip.
The struggle on your face is particularly really good.
It's really fucking good. But as this is going on, she's making all these sounds, and these guys are hearing it in the fucking vent, and they're taking it as like
she's like screaming.
They're like, "It's a screaming ghost, baby!" Like,
yeah.
It's
like,
so
well, maybe we should be a bit more serious when patients say that they see ghosts.
It's fucking stupid.
I like how they're having a serious ass debate on like how to approach a patient if they're saying they see ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and then like they immediately get scared and they're thinking, you know what, maybe ghosts are real. maybe
ghosts are real. But she gets free. She dips out of there right in the nick of time, but not in enough time to set up the sandbox as she would like it. And Lloyd comes into the room, except in order for her to be able to fool him, she throws every doll that's in the basket into the sandbox and just fucking throws them around.
Yeah.
And Lloyd comes in, he's like, all right, let's see what you've done. This has got to be pretty fun for you. Looks in the box, absolute chaos.
Which, you know what? It's kind of accurate. I'm gonna be honest.
It is, dude. That's exactly what she would do.
Anya, that is what she did. Even if she had time to do it, that'd still be what she did because she wouldn't fully understand what the purpose of it is.
Exactly. So like she's doing all this and he's just over analyzing what's going on. And he's like, okay, she's getting super crazed out. I gotta fix this. It's because of my absence as a father. You want to go and get the new copy of the spy book thing that you like to read? And she's like, yay. So they go home and they get that, and it cuts us over to the next day, to where she is giving a report to the school about what she learned from her dad's work. And Bopsto, you wanna explain this?
Yeah, man. So she gets up and she's talking. You know, it sounds very nice, very elegant, as Henry would put it. And then she starts talking about how Lloyd's, going to golf clubs and whatnot, so that he can make shady connections. And they also give you snacks, and also sometimes. Dad will hit some of his patients sometimes
because of what fucking for his therapy.
Because of what you told her about the extreme concussive therapy that
his extreme healing techniques. Come on.
Yeah, man. Listen. Lloyd gets a little unorthodox.
It's
sometimes what a patient needs is just a good ass beating. It's like Boondocks. It's like Boondocks.
Yeah, with his belt, his ninja belt. Oh my god! Have you ever tried whooping his ass? Turns into a fucking belt nunchucks.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, they get into this, and it gets Lloyd in trouble, but he explains everything the next day so smoothly and swiftly, as it just Anya's imagination is getting the best of her. But it cuts over to another little like side tidbit, which I think is probably like an extra within the manga.
It probably is.
Which I think is probably just one of those end of the manga things.
Yeah.
She's watching her TV show and she learns a coding thing for her TV show. It teaches her a code, like a secret code, and she's just like, I'm gonna learn how to code. And she starts writing the code down for the television series, and Lloyd's just like, hey, nobody can read that shit. Like, even if you want
that's the other thing I like from it carried on from what happened in the previous segment where Lloyd goes to read her notes and it's just illegible. He can't read it.
She cannot for the life of her write correctly. And
then again, when you live in an orphanage for most of your life,
very true,
and we're a test subject, I don't think you're not gonna have the best handwriting.
But yeah, Anya, the expert coder, pulls Yor in on it and tells her to write exactly what she says. and she makes multiple copies of this little code that she had "You're right," and she's going from person to person. She goes to try to put it in the mail person's mailbag, and he catches her and says, "No, you can't mail that without a stamp, dumbass."
Uh-huh.
So she's just like, "Dang, drat." So she starts
Dang.
going around the apartment building, stuffing it in people's fucking pockets.
Yeah, man. And then when they ask her what it is, she's like, "It's a secret."
It's top secret. And so she puts it inside of Scruffy's back pocket and runs off. And he's like, "What is this, a code?" He says, "Top secret." Runs up the fucking
Speaking
stairs.
of the English, I liked her yes sirs when she was with Yuri in in episode 18.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that show is pretty good too. But yeah, so she's just going around giving out her top secret plans. Fucking Becky's like, "What is this? Are these test answers?"
It's top secret.
Gives it to fucking Damien. Damien's like, "What the fuck's this shit?"
Crack it yourself, bitch. Like,
yeah, man.
But all of these people are just like, "This is stupid. I'm not doing this," except for one. She fooled Scruffy.
Yeah, man, because he's like, "Oh, wait. This smells like a woman's written it. That smells like soap and whatnot. Hey, this must be this code. It must be a love letter.
It must be a love letter." And the letter is a code to say, "Meet me at the bridge at 5," which helps, which fucking works with his theory. And he shows up the next day with flowers in hand. He's like, "Don't underestimate an information unit." And he stayed up all night because he was so excited to meet this
woman. Yeah, man. His fucking eyes are bloodshot. Which, if it was a woman, dude, he'd get rejected immediately because if he just looks like
a crack,
he got done with like a fucking crack bender or something.
It's so funny. But
I like how when Anya sets her alarm clock, she's imagining how her top secret meeting would be, and she's dressed up in a fucking suit with sunglasses.
Yeah, dude, that was a good one. And
but speaking of that, she doesn't even set it at the right time.
She doesn't set it for the right time. Her alarm goes off and she sleeps through it. And
yeah, I wonder how long Frankie was waiting there.
I have no idea, but Bond shut the alarm clock off, and that was it. That was the end of the episode. That was a cool little snippet tidbit, though.
Man, I wish my dog would fucking deactivate my alarm.
I don't, because then I'd be late for everything. So, So anyway, Bopsto, we're almost caught up. We just got we just got to get caught up with
Mob Psycho.
With Mob Psycho, and
we might the episode we recorded next week for it might have a couple episodes on it as well because we won't be covering this week's the episode we won't be covering the episode that drops this week because it would be premiering on Thanksgiving Day.
That is true. So
more than likely the Mob Psycho after the one that will upload next Monday will probably be a twofer.
Yeah, so we can get caught back up.
But we're pretty much caught back up. Chainsaw Man will go back to being a one episode a week deal, and so on.
Yeah, and talking about that, I am so excited. It's going to be litty.
Dude, it's going to be litty. I'm excited to get back in the Mob.
Yeah, Mob is one I'm super waiting on because of what happened in the last episode.
Yeah, and then for those who might be waiting for Demon Slayer, the plan is, as long as nothing fucking happens,
yeah, next week
we're gonna hit it. We're gonna record it next Monday, and then it'll drop next Friday.
That is the
along
plan,
with Chainsaw Man,
and we're hoping it all works. And
we're
done with Demon Slayer.
Then we're done with Demon Slayer for the time being.
For the time being.
That got pushed back further than Tanya did.
It's just because of all this stuff that's been going on.
It's because of all this stuff, yeah.
The Curse of MJ.
But yeah. But hey, Spy Family still good. It's fucking great. Animation is good. In fact, in some areas the animation is like really, really good. Anya still being the fucking cute ass gremlin she is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, she just
Uh,
it's still visually stunning. Like everything that has to do with it's really nice.
mhm.
But other than that, Bopster,
Other than
anything else
that,
to
well,
add?
not really. Other than I just reiterate, if you liked what you saw, give us a little like, comment, subscribe. Even we got
Yeah,
some good shit coming down the pipeline with
some goody
more
good.
Mob Psycho, with more Chainsaw Man. Which is hey, the episode that releases tomorrow. It's going to be pretty litty. It's going to be pretty
Oh,
good.
dude, I'm so ready to watch it.
I'm so ready to watch it. And then that shit, our coverage of it will drop Friday. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah, it's
It's
gonna
going to
be
be a good.
fantastic.
It's going to be a good ass episode. But
Oh
other than
yeah.
that, hey, you ready for me to take things away, Red?
Take it away, drum roll.
Hell yeah, man. Oh shit, man. I gotta get ready. Now you put me on the spot. I'm getting a little nervous.
Do
I'm
it,
blushing
do
a
it,
little.
do it, do it.
Oh, shit, man. Okay. Well, I'm
Get
I'm
it
Bopsto
together.
the Elder Weeb.
And I'm Red, the bald-headed boy.
And just like you being a bald-headed boy, we are the Anime Boys. And we'll see
Yeah.
ya.
See you later, boy.
See ya.